Well, hey everybody, John Riplin here, and this is my review of New Japan Pro Wrestling's New Japan Cup 2019 Night 1 event. Big thumbs up for this. Just really fun. Great undercard, great tournament matches. A big thank you as always, Jim, for sending me that little C-Block trophy. I really do appreciate it. Pull above my head, please grade it there. And leave some comments and let me know what you think of the tournament so far, because this portion of the bracket is completely busted for me because the person I predicted has already lost. That's fine. I'm glad that New Japan put some unpredictability in this tournament. That's what tournaments are all about. It's really nice because with a 32-man field, you want to have some shock victories. So yeah, it was really enjoyable. Quick notes. Sorry for the delay. I'm still getting over being sick. I'm good now, but I need some more sleep. I'm going to be at a wrestling show tonight. So the Night 2 review will be coupled with Night 3. So both of those will be up on Sunday morning. And then the Night 4 review will be up sometime Monday night. Yeah, I got a whole lot of work to do and I got a whole lot of prior commitments, but I will get this content to you guys. Thank you guys very much for your understanding. And any other stuff I'll try to update you on as far as like if any other reviews are going to be delayed. Possibly the Thursday one may be delayed till the afternoon. We'll see. But anyway, video package running down. Who faces Jay White at MSG? Who will it be? I have Ibushi winning. But after tonight, I don't know if I'm necessarily confident they're going to go with everything. They might go with something totally unpredictable. It'll probably be Okada or Ibushi. But anyway, Kevin Kelly, Don Callis on commentary, and we start off with 5 undercard matches featuring tournament participants for the rest of the first round matches. And who wins, who loses? Well, that's why you're here to find out. Ishimori, Bad Luck Fale, and Hikuleo versus Mikey Nichols, who wrestled in Japan before under the Pro Wrestling Noah banner and, was also part of TM61 and the Mighty in WWE NXT, teaming up with Rocky Romero and Will Ospreay. 4 guys in the tournament field, 2 guys not. 1 guy's a champion, 1 guy isn't. Rocky Romero took the pin. Still, not a bad match. Chaos jumped the bell, some good exchanges, big power moves from Fale and Hikuleo, including some vicious chops to Ospreay. Mikey got tagged. He did a couple good spots. He didn't do too much, but he did some good spots. Mostly it's a tease to what you're going to see in his match, later in the tournament. I believe tomorrow, if I recall correctly. And it was good stuff. Rocky got tagged. He had good shots, but got hit with the cane. Bloody cross from Ishimori. And 1, 2, 3. Of course that was going to happen. I got nothing against Rocky. I actually love Rocky. I think he's an incredible wrestler. I think he's a great commentator. I think he's going to have a dynamite, career as a commentator whenever he decides to wind down his career, in-ring career, which will probably be like in about 5-10 years. I mean, I don't know. The guy moves really well. The guy could probably wrestle for another 10 years, conceivably. But it was good stuff. It was well done. And then we get Minoru Suzuki and KES, Davey Boy Smith Jr., and Lance Archer versus Kojima, Hanare, and Yano. And all these guys are going to be facing off in matches. Suzuki against Kojima later in the tournament, Archer and Hanare, and Davey Boy Smith Jr. and Yano. Usual Yano antics, removes the turnbuckle pad that comes back into play later. You get action outside, of course. Kojima and Suzuki tend to battle quite a bit. After Kojima made Suzuki bleed, you never make the king bleed. Or young lions will get thrown through the wall or thrown into the Earth's core. One of the two. Actually, he may just level a building just to do that. Actually, he wouldn't. He's an environmentalist. He would not do that. He would actually level the building first, and then he would help clean it up, because that's just the kind of guy Suzuki is. But anyway, Hanare does get tagged. He had some good moves, but he factors into the pin. As the exposed turnbuckle comes into play, Davey Boy Smith Jr. smashes him into it with a power slam, then a running power slam, and then decides not to pin, picks up, sit-out powerbomb, 1, 2, 3, and there we go. Is that an indication that Hanare is going to fall in the tournament? Well, again, after the result of one of these matches, I don't necessarily know if I can predict this stuff anymore. But again, I like unpredictability in tournaments, so that's fantastic. So, there's this one funny moment, though. As Suzuki's leaving, he goes by the commentary table and confronts Don Callis. And Don Callis starts screaming, like, it's just screaming so falsetto and everything. It's just absolutely hilarious, my God. It was just one of the funniest things I heard. And just great stuff. Great stuff. And then, so Callis is then like, I gotta go find that kid that was screaming. I wonder where the hell he was. And then Archer and Smith put him over, shaking his hand and everything, this kind of stuff, but then wouldn't do the same to Kevin Kelly. Big shock, heel on, heel action there. Gross. But still, that was pretty fun. It was a good match for what it was. And then we get Taka Michinoku and Zack Sabre Jr. versus Evil and Bushi. It was pretty quick. mainly Evil and Sabre Jr. are in the tournament. They're facing off a little bit later in the first round. Taka and Bushi were mainly going to factor into the fall, and then MX pins Taka. It was okay. It wasn't bad. I'm not going to downgrade it. It was just there. And then you get Sho, Goto, and Ibushi versus Naito, Shingo, and Sanada. And two of these guys are not in the tournament. So which guys are going to factor into the finish? It's Shingo and Yo that are going to factor into the finish. But still, the crowd was split when Naito and Ibushi faced off. My God, why are you giving us that match in the first round? You're tearing us apart. Bad Room reference. I'm sorry, I can't do it like Tommy Wiseau. But still, this was really good stuff. It was, crowd split was great. Show really had a good showing with a good showcase. These puns, do you get it? Puns, I got them. But in all seriousness, he did have a good showing. Everyone runs in, hey, let's hit a move, let's hit a move, let's hit a move. And then everybody's outside except for Sho and Shingo. And the Last of the Dragons pins Sho for the 1, 2, 3. So we're probably going to get Shingo and Bushi versus Roppongi 3K for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag titles again. Please bring in some more teams, junior heavyweight teams that can break up this whole thing of Kanemaru, Desperado, Shingo, Bushi, and Roppongi 3K competing for the titles. Because what's the point of titles if the same three teams are competing for them? It happens in other companies. It doesn't need to happen here. Not that the matches aren't good. The matches have been great. I just want a little bit of a difference. That's just my opinion. But anyway, it was a good match. And then we get to the last undercard match, where we get Tenzan, Makabe, Okada, and Tanahashi versus a returning Michael Elgin. I don't like Elgin. I knew he was going to be in the tournament, though, so whatever. Shota, Kokamana, and Taguchi. Tenzan is the only... Yeah, Tenzan was one of the only guys where I was like, oh, hey, Tenzan's here. Cool. Okay, why not? Tenzan can still move pretty damn well. I was actually pretty impressed with this match. It was mainly a showcase where everybody was just, doing their moves and stuff like that, and not everybody was going to do a ton of stuff. The big thing I took away from this was Shota trying to show up Okada, taking to Okada and trying to beat up Tanahashi. Now, I don't think Shota's going to beat Tanahashi. That would be like a 16 seed in the NCAA basketball tournament, beating the number 1 seed. But good God, could you imagine if Shota did? He's not going to. But I don't know after this tournament. No, he's not going to win. God, is he? Leave in the comments what you guys think. It was good. There was some good action. Rainmaker ends up pinning Shota. It was fine. But then we get to the tournament matches, and oh boy, this is where things pick up. But first, you get a weird video package that shows El Phantasmo, and I admit to only being familiar with him a little bit, but he's going to be coming to join Bullet Club. That's pretty cool. From what I saw of the guy is very impressive, so hopefully he can add another layer to Bullet Club. He's got a pretty cool look and a pretty cool moveset. And then we get to the New Japan Cup matches, 4 in total, Nakanishi and Yoshihashi in a very, very well done match. Experience versus youth. Yoshihashi targeting the knee of Nakanishi. Nakanishi hitting some chops. Even hitting a dive at one point over the top rope, kinda, into the apron and then onto the floor. It was I don't want to even say it was sloppy. It was just dangerous because Nakanishi's in his 50s. I think he's like 51, 52. Maybe don't do that. I know he wants to impress the crowd. He's had a built-in fan base for years, and he's a former champion. He's done about everything that he can. He doesn't need to die in these matches or, seriously injure himself, even though wrestling isn't ballet. Credit to him, though, for doing that. It just looks scary. And then he hit the crossbody. There was some really, really, really good near falls and stuff here. Yoshihashi, however, does cause a referee distraction, or grabs Red Shoes' shirt when he's in the torture rack. Yoshihashi, that is, not Red Shoes. That would have been weird. And, so Red Shoes can't make the pinfall when Nakanishi, gets the victory, or could have the victory soon after. But then there's a butterfly lock. Nakanishi gets out of it. And then after a couple more moves, Nakanishi taps out to a second butterfly lock in a pretty good match. I encourage you guys to watch all these New Japan Cup matches. This one surprised me. I knew that Yoshihashi would win, but it was a bit surprising how competitive they made it. I thought maybe Nakanishi, I'm not saying Nakanishi was going to take it easy, but they let a whole lot more offense go in than I expected, and I'm happy for that. So then we get Hanma versus Taichi. Miho. Miho is back. Yay! Always nice to see Miho. Seriously, she's a friggin' beauty. But also, she adds a whole lot to Taichi's matches. in the fact that she makes Taichi's matches more interesting. I know that sounds a bit weird to say. It's not that Taichi hasn't developed as a performer, but she always adds more to his matches. Taichi comes out through the crowd like Izuka. Hanma comes out with a weird Jiffy Pop-like mask. I mean, I don't know enough about Hanma's career to know the significance of that match, so I apologize if there is a massive significance to it. It looked cool, but I just don't know the significance. I mean, it was like a helmet mask thing, but not a bad match. Hanma got the advantage early. Taichi did take over using a chair outside. Apparently, again, you can shoot anybody. You can almost shoot somebody outside, and as long as it's outside the ring, it's not a DQ. Kakeshi connects. There were some nice hard chops, but in the end, Hanma ends up tapping out to a crossface variation. Taichi was going to advance. I think this one was, of all of them, was the most obvious as to who was going to advance. Still, it was competitive enough. The weakest of the matches, but still a good showing by both. And then we get Juice Robinson versus Chase Owens in the match that surprised the fuck out of me. Boy, did it surprise the fuck out of me. Boy, do I feel stupid for picking Juice Robinson. Even though I shouldn't, because he was the IWGP US champion, and still is. The title wasn't on the line here. But had he advanced as far as I said he would have, or he should have, then he could have gotten, he could have had a built-in thing where, hey, Jay, you couldn't beat me last year, and I'm going to beat you, and take your title. But they didn't go that route. Good grappling. Juice's head and neck got targeted the most. A lot of vicious guardrail spots where Chase, this is probably the best I've seen Chase in a match since I was able to start watching New Japan live. And I know Chase has been wrestling for a number of years and everything, but reminder, until Wrestle Kingdom 12 last year, I wasn't able to watch New Japan live due to just not being able to. But I was impressed with Chase here. This was pretty much the best match I've seen him have. Chase did target the neck. There were some heavy strikes. Juice did, suplex into the guardrail. He did end up coming back with a dive. Juice wasn't squashed here, but it was pretty obvious that Chase had a plan, and he ended up hitting his package pile driver, and there we go. Yeah, I mean, it was what it was. I don't know why Chase won, but hey, Chase isn't going to win the tournament. I mean, we don't need that only because it would be Bullet Club versus Bullet Club, and that would be weird. But I will say this, Chase taking out Juice, that adds another layer to it, so it opens up that whole tournament. It opens up that whole tournament field, and I mean, now we're down to Yoshihashi, Taichi, Chase, and one other guy, which is Ishii. It's Ishii, but I'll get to it in a bit. And I think Ishii now could get into the semifinals, which I hope he does. Now, that was a good match, though. I will say that I am, whether I'm the biggest fan of Chase or not, I got nothing against the guy. Hey, he won. It was shocking. It was unpredictable. I was seriously going, what the fuck, for a few minutes. I talked to New Patriot 77. He was also. But hey, at least it's unpredictable. We always complain about wrestling being predictable, so they threw a curveball here, and maybe it could turn out to be good. Nagata versus Ishii, and all I can say is just watch this fucking match. It's just great strikes, kicks, suplex variations, so much good stuff, tons of near falls. These guys just beat the piss out of each other. Just watch it. It's just on my favorite matches of the year list, easily. That just fucking spectacular. Two tanks hitting into each other. Terrific exchanges. Eventually, vertical drop brainbuster and a pinning Nagata for the 1-2-3. And Ishii advances. Now, Ishii is going to be my new pick for this. So Ishii getting into I think I had Ishii getting into the final 8, actually. So at least I wasn't too far off. But yeah, Ishii should advance for the rest, into like at least the semifinals. But we'll see what happens. But anyway, again, guys, to close this show, the Night 2 and Night 3 reviews will be combined. So unless something suddenly changes, no Night 2 review right after it goes live, since I have to sleep, since I work. But don't worry, guys, I will be reviewing all this. So do you agree? Do you disagree with what I said? What do you think of the tournament so far? Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I will see you soon.